Hey, feeling young, but they treat me like the OG.
Hey everyone, my name is Marissa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a brand new member and I'm super excited because I have so much to share with you guys today. So please hit that notification bell and that subscribe button so you can stay tuned with all the latest content. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you ways that you can become a successful nursing student. But before we dive into that, I just want to give you guys a little background about who I am. Again, my name is Marissa, and I'm in the LPN program at my school. And for those of you who don't know what an LPN is, it's a licensed practical nurse. So I actually graduate this December of 2022, and I'm super excited about that. But then I go back to school in May, and that's to obtain my RN degree. So I chose this route instead of getting my RN right away because I wanted to gain experience working as an LPN while I'm in school to get my RN. That way, once I graduate with my RN, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of the field that I want to pursue. Right now, my field of interest is wound care, so hopefully that doesn't change. A lot of times people say once you get to clinicals and you start seeing new things, you want to try something different, but hopefully it remains wound care because there's something about wounds and all that good stuff that I just really like. I find it very interesting. So I just finished fundamentals last week and I'm currently on spring break, but once I go back, I'll be doing my med surg rotations. So if you have any tips or any suggestions about med surg, please let me know in the comment section. That way I can see it and other viewers can see it. I think feedback is so important, just to give us an idea of what to look forward to. I would greatly appreciate it. So let's get started about how you can be successful in nursing school. So the first thing that I want to elaborate on is time management, because so many people ask me, like, how do you do it? Okay, I have 3 kids. I have a 6 and 7-year-old, and then I have a baby who's about to be 1 next week. So there's a lot that's going on, but I have such a strong support system, and really a support system is one of the best things that you can have, because with their help, you'll be able to really lock in and do what you really need to do in school and just get the most out of it. So I'm very, very thankful for that. Another thing too, as far as time management, anything that can be done today, just do it today, because your future self will thank you. Now, back then, like before I even got to nursing school, I used to always put studying off until the last minute. I was basically a crammer. I was like that all through middle school, all through high school. That's just what I did. That's who I was. And I made good grades still. But let me tell you something. In nursing school, that is a completely different ball game, okay? You have to learn this stuff. So I would not cram. So I don't cram now. Even if you have to study a little every day, then that's fine. That's better than nothing. Even if it's 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, but you just don't want to put everything off until the last minute, because then you're just creating all this unnecessary stress for yourself. Like nursing school or even school in general is challenging enough. So why not just take little steps to make it easier for yourself, So just little steps here, like studying or even getting your backpack packed the night before school, just to save you time in the morning. It's like little things like that to make your life so much easier. Another big part of how to be successful in nursing school is organization. And right now, this is my favorite thing. So I just want to share with you my binder. This is what I use for class, and I made this cover right here on Canva. So inside of the folder, I have 2 tabs. So I have one for lecture and one for lab. And in the front, I just highlight all of my due dates. So that way I already know what to look forward to. So that's for my lecture class. And it's the same thing for lab. These are just study guides right here. Same thing. I just highlight the assignment due dates and stuff. And then in the back here, anything that I think will be useful throughout my, nursing school career or just nursing in general, like once I'm graduated, I put it in here. Like this is a head to toe, a brief assessment. So it just walks us through a head to toe. I put this in these little cute pocket or sheet covers that I found from Amazon. And I put the ABCs here, Maslow's hierarchy, just stuff that I'll carry with me. And here is just surgical asepsis. So anything that I find useful, I'll be putting it in this book in the little laminated pages. That way it stands out. And so I'll be going to clinicals, like I said, this week. So I made a binder for clinicals. And inside, I put little tabs for care plans, clinical paperwork, projects, and miscellaneous. And I have an extra tab here. So I just like to keep everything together, you know, that way it's not all over the place. And also, a lot of students have asked, you know, are there study guides in nursing school? I don't know about your nursing school, but for mine, we don't get study guides. So the idea of it is for, you know, us to dive out there and figure out this information for ourselves, because we're going to be nurses one day, you know, we have to really learn this stuff. We have to embed it in our minds. So one thing that I do, and I send these out to over 30 classmates, it's these study guides right here. I create these. So it might not focus, but right here, there's a color key. So everything is color coordinated on here. So like red is everything my teacher said in class. Purple is everything I found from the PowerPoints. Anything in blue, those are like main topics. Anything in green are examples. Everything in yellow are definitions. Now let me tell you, I thrive off of these study guides, and I keep everything together because that way I'm not flipping through PowerPoints, I'm not flipping through, you know, fundamental textbook pages, I'm not flipping through just all this stuff. I put everything in here, and this is the only thing that I use to study for my test. Now my teacher, she gives out assignments, they're not graded though, so they're optional. I do them sometimes. I don't do all of them because I feel like I find a lot of information in the reading, and I do very, very, very well that way. So you just have to really find what works for you. And this is honestly what works for me because I'm like triple exposed to this information. So what I do is I'll do my learning objectives before class, and your learning objectives are usually in your syllabus. That's just the topics that give you an idea of what to expect in a certain chapter. So I do those before class. So once I get to class, I already have a good idea of what the teacher's talking about. And that way, if I was at home and I read anything that I have a question on, I can ask her. And it's well before the test, you know? You don't want to do your reading at the last minute and then say you come up with a question and now you don't have, the time to ask your teacher because you're getting ready to take a test. So another thing that I would say too is just to be proactive. Just read ahead, because it'll really help you. It'll save time. It'll help your grade. I mean, you'll be a bomb nursing student, trust me. So this is just my study guides, and I make one for each test that we do. And then like after I do the study guides, I quiz myself. I have a huge dry erase board that I got from Amazon, and I'll be sharing you guys videos about how I study, so I can do like a study with me session. So I'll get like more in depth on how I make these study guides and all that, but this is just a quick run through for now. Another way that I'm organized too is I keep all of my tabs in my book highlighted and laminated. Well, not exactly laminated. This is just packing tape. But I got this idea from Madison from Maddie's Nursing Journey, and I thought this was the coolest idea. So instead of having to flip through all of these pages, so like for instance, this chapter says assessment. So I'll grab a sticky note, write assessment, and then put packing tape over it. And that way these are durable. They've stood like this for 8 weeks. So I think these are pretty cool. So yeah, another important thing too, guys, is find out what type of learner you are. Like for me, I'm a kinesthetic learner, so I learn by doing. Like I actually have to write stuff out. And then I'm also a visual learner, because I'm not auditory at all, because if you're just talking to me, I'm not getting it. I want to be able to see it. I want to be able to write it down, stuff like that. Just embed it in my mind. But you have to find out what type of learner you are, because if you're doing things a certain way and you're not able to retain it, then it's not really doing you any good, right? So yeah, find out what type of learner you are. So these are just the tips that help me with school. It's just being organized, managing your time wisely, and just being proactive. That's really it. I really can't think of anything drastic or anything major that I do. That's really about it. But I hope that those tips can help you if you're in nursing school or if you're planning on going to nursing school. I wish you guys the best of luck in this journey. We all have one desired goal, and that's to just become a great nurse one day. And I just want to make sure we all get there. So I will be sharing with you guys how I create my study guides in the next video. And then maybe another video after that, we can have a study with me session. So take care, guys. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Goodbye.